Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the Fast Break. I am 𝗻𝗄𝐶 Johnson. We are on episode 15, and you might be saying to yourself, isn't it the Bulls off-season? Well, it is, but we're still going to be coming at you, probably not weekly, but certainly when there's big storylines coming up. That would include the NBA draft lottery, possibly the NBA combine, definitely the NBA draft, and NBA free agency at the very least. Now, none of those things take place this week, but it is the first week after that demoralizing home play-in loss to the Miami Heat. So there are storylines to check out, and here are the four that are most capturing my attention this week. The May 12th NBA Draft Lottery. Yes, we have officially the Bulls' odds to move up. The league conducted random tiebreaker drawings today. The Bulls lost to the Dallas Mavericks, who they were tied with at 39-43. That means the Bulls entered the NBA Draft Lottery slotted 12th. That gives them an 8% chance to get into the top four and a 1.7% chance at the number one overall pick, aka 𝗕𝗶𝘶. Now you might be saying to yourself, 1.7, doesn't that sound familiar? And yes, it definitely does. Those are exactly the odds that the Bulls cashed in miraculously to land hometown product Derrick Rose way back when in 2008 and change this franchise's fortunes immediately. And that's the luck that the Bulls will need on May 12th. Now, the Bulls landing at number 12 calls into question yet again the organizational philosophy approaching this past season. It was detailed many times that they were not interested in draft lottery positioning. They were more focused on play-in positioning. And now that the Bulls have flamed out in the play-in and sitting at 12th going into the NBA draft lottery, that's certainly going to be debated again. Now, here's the overall point to take away from this, though. Get ready for it to happen again next season, because if you heard 𝗵𝗺ci 𝗄𝗗𝗯𝗶 at his season-ending news conference, he made it clear that the Bulls want to stay competitive, they want to focus on internal improvement, and they are not interested in tanking next season either, when, by all accounts, the 2026 draft could actually possibly be stronger than the 2025 draft. Now, the Bulls also have the 45th overall pick in the June draft, but that's down the road. Right now, the focus is on the May 12th NBA draft lottery, and the Bulls have their odds, and now you have them too. All right, storyline number two. What is going to happen with the player development staff? This was obviously a big news story last Friday. Peter Patton, the hometown product that went to Loyola High School and played college basketball at 𝗵𝗀, came in and did a wonderful job in his time here, his tenure here. Now, this is semantics. He technically was not fired. His option's not picked up. Again, that's semantics. You can say he was fired. You can say his option wasn't picked up. Regardless, he's not going to be with the Bulls next season. Now, this is certainly a loss given that the bonds that he formed with many players who I've talked to some myself, or people that talk to players, and they are not thrilled with this decision because of the work that he put in and the investments he put in and the relationships he formed. He was certainly very good at his job. But a couple things need to be remembered here in this overall story. Number one, Peter Patton will be recommended for his next job. I reported that. So it's not like he's leaving really in bad terms. He's going to be recommended for his next job. And number two, it's not like the Bulls aren't going to have a player development staff or a player development head next season. In fact, I reported that one of Peter Patton's hires, whom he championed very strongly himself, Austin Dufalt, will be under strong consideration to replace Peter Patton. Peter made no bones about his personality. This is just who he is. He's a very direct person. Players love that about him. When asked for his opinion, he would give it. It didn't always, go pull in the same direction or maybe resound with management's view. And that's healthy in an organization when you have people that have differing opinions. Ultimately, like I said, his option was not picked up. There was some salary discussions involved in that situation as well. And I can guarantee this, Peter Patton will be employed in the NBA at some point again. He has worked for two other franchises with the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks. In Dallas, I it's well documented he formed a strong bond with Jalen Brunson, who obviously has now gone on to wonderful success with the New York Knicks. So we'll see where Peter ends up. Let's emphasize one thing here, though. Player development is still crucially important to the Bulls. You heard it from Arturas mentioned many, many times at his season-ending news conference. And as I mentioned, that staff will be intact with just a different head to that department next season. And, players, if it's Austin Default, already have a relationship with him. So that will be hopefully something that can soothe some hurt feelings now. But those feelings are real. Those bonds that Peter Patton formed with those players are real. I don't want to diminish them. And we certainly wish Peter Patton success in his next stop. All right, number 3. This is a fun one for me. It's all the ex-Bulls in the playoffs. Now, a lot of people call me weird, including my wife. But what I will say is I actually like the first round of the NBA playoffs sometimes more than the NBA Finals. To me, it reminds me of the NCAA tournament. It's like the weekend was just a smorgasbord of basketball. It was like 4 straight games on Saturday, 4 straight games on Sunday. And I watched 3 out of the 4 on Saturday, and I was only able to catch 2 out of the 4 on Sunday. But I just love the first round of the playoffs. It's great matchups. It's great theater. It might also be like my withdrawal situation. The NBA regular season for the Bulls just ended, and I'm used to always watching games or going to the arena. So I really, really love the first round of the NBA playoffs. Always have. And there are so many great ex-Bull storylines in the first round. Let's start with the 2 biggest. Playoff Jimmy and the Golden State Warriors doing their thing on the road in Houston to take that 1-0 lead. And people always ask me, like, is playoff Jimmy Butler a real thing? And the answer is a resounding yes. Anyone who watched him carry those Miami Heat rosters to the finals knows that's a real thing. Again, with the infusion and of energy and positive vibes that he has brought to the Golden State Warriors is real. And you're seeing that play out, at least in that early first game in Houston. The other biggest storyline from an ex-Bulls perspective is, can Alex Caruso win a ring with the Oklahoma City Thunder? I was fortunate enough to catch up with Alex when the Bulls visited Oklahoma City late in the regular season. He's obviously thrilled to be there. Talk about a perfect fit for his skill set, his talent. He could play 12, 14, 16, 18 minutes a game and just, put up a ridiculous plus-minus number and just be one of those many waves of defense that Oklahoma City Thunder have. I personally think the Thunder will win the NBA title. They're my pick. I just am so impressed with the way that roster keeps coming at you defensively. They've got size, they've got shooting, they've got tough-mindedness, they've got an elite coach. So it'd be awesome from a Bulls fan perspective to see Alex Caruso win a ring in his first season with Oklahoma City. But there are many, many more. You've got Chris Dunn starting playoff games for the LA Clippers. What a resurrection story for that guy who went down to the G League and fought his way back. And Derrick Jones Jr. had started some games for the Clippers during the regular season. He's currently coming off the bench, but that Clippers-Nuggets series is going to be fantastic. And then you've got old friend Cam Payne going for a plus 23 in game 1 of the Knicks series against the Detroit Pistons and getting the shout out from Jalen Brunson in his walk-off interview. Yes, that Cam Payne, the one that battled injuries and ineffectiveness in his brief stint with the Bulls. I love reclamation projects like this. You've got to give people like him credit who taste adversity and fight through it. Chris Dunn would be another example of that. Cam Payne first, resurrected his career with the Phoenix Suns and now is doing his thing for the New York Knicks. So another cool storyline. You've got Wendell Carter Jr. and Torrey Craig battling it out in that Orlando-Boston series. Now, obviously, T. Craig's playing like 1 minute a game, but he is on the roster. And talk about guys with a title shot. Max Strus has a potential title shot with the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's going to be an epic Eastern Conference Finals if Cleveland and Boston can get there. And then last but not least, because he's many years and teams removed, but our old friend Bobby Portis, who's really endured a very difficult season personally off the court, lost his grandmother, whom he was very close to, and then obviously was one of those awful victims of burglarizing athletes' homes during the season. So you'd like to see Bobby Poe, as I like to still call him, have a little playoff success for the Milwaukee Bucks. So plenty of ex-Bulls in the NBA playoffs, even if the current Bulls aren't there. All right, last but not least, we're a little ways away from this, but given that the Rookie of the Year finalists that were announced yesterday, looking ahead to Modest Buzelis' chances at making an all-rookie team. The finalists for the Rookie of the Year are the Spurs' Stephon Castle, 𝗵cie 𝗶𝗹 and Jalen Wells from Memphis. Those three obviously will be on the first team, all-rookie team as well. From my seat, Zach Edey from the Grizzlies also is a lock for that first team. That only leaves one spot left. And if you're asking me to project or predict, I'm going to probably lean towards Miami's 𝗵elle 𝗿𝗏 for that last first team spot. Now, the all rookie teams are positionless, so it can be anybody, any number of big men, what have you. Now, that said, to me, I do think Modest Buzelis is a lock for the second team. I think Alex Sarr will be on that second team. I think Donovan Clingan will be on that second team, and then there's a couple spots probably up for grabs. But look, in 31 starts, which Modest was down the stretch starting regularly for the Bulls, Modest averaged 13 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks. He shot 47% from the field, 35% from three-point range. That's as a starter. Overall, numbers very solid as well. Just the fact that he got better as the season progressed, to me, stands out to voters as well. I did not personally have a ballot this year, but I will be surprised if Modest Buzelis is not on an all-rookie team. And we'll be coming at you with that news as that happens, which is usually later in May. For now, we certainly appreciate you checking out this episode of the Fast Break. I am 𝗚cie Johnson. As I said, we'll be back periodically throughout the offseason, and we appreciate you hanging with us today.